you. As well as Rothwell will try to get behind Saber and try to get her to fit this mirror through the doorway as well.
Taking another couple steps.
Alright, the hallway appears to be empty, just full of these rooms.
Alright.
Florentine will tell you, you're being a little too cautious right now, I think. If there were traps, they would normally be right at the beginning or probably halfway or at the end of a hallway, not just some random point.
Alright, well, then I'm gonna keep stepping forward.
The party will follow behind.
The great and merciful DM will have to tell me when I need to stop.
Great and merciful DM will tell you that everything is fine. Great and merciful DM will may be lying. Great and merciful DM will tell you you can get to the rest of the hallway and nothing else appears to change in this hallway.
Then that is what the player shall do.
Alright. The rest of the party will follow you. You meet another archway, similar as before, and it appears to open up into a much larger room.
Alright then. I step through.
Alright, you are immediately met with a much larger room. Let me do this correctly here. This room, upon first look, appears empty, but the walls are in fact coated with murals and hieroglyphics, different than just the glyphs you've seen in the hallways.
Alright.
There's a... let's see here. Numbering, gotta love it, guys. There's two doors to your right, a door somewhat to your leftish behind you, a door immediately to your left, and a door across on the far wall. This room here itself, let's see, there appears to be a bookcase that looks kind of slid to the side like a false door of some kind. Beyond that, there's a small, regular-looking wooden door. The door kind of to your immediate left appears to be another similar wooden door. And two more on the opposing side. So, 4 wooden doors and kind of a half, pretty badly hidden bookcase door. The others will follow in behind you. Immediately on the north and south walls, there are 2 opposing murals. And you will also see 1 large mural over this doorway here.
Alright. Are they simply pictures, or is there a language that we might be able to decipher?
There appears to be actual hieroglyphics of some kind that looks like may be decipherable. And the pictures themselves. This mural over here you are currently looking at appears to be a large portrait, kind of carved into the stone masonry, of a large hooded figure in robes of some kind. All the surrounding just decor carvings appear to be very jagged, very sharp and square in nature. But the main thing is that this hooded figure is not carved out of the wall. It's completely made out of bronze. And on the opposing wall, Florentine is looking at this one over here. It is a similar mural, but all the decor and carvings are very smooth and round. But this hooded figure is made of brass. You also see above this doorway a smaller hieroglyphic which looks like a symbol of two hands shaking.
Okay.
Rothwell says, looks like we've got quite a few choices here. Trying to figure out which door to
Huh.
look for first. At this point, Rothwell will kind of wander over, and there's a large pool of water just kind of irregularly sitting by itself. It's unnaturally light in this very dry and sandy environment. I found a puddle!
You might want to keep away from that. We don't know what it might do. Maybe it's just water, maybe it could be something else.
Can I step on it?
Uh,
Warrenteen says, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Maybe if you were able to throw something in it.
She pets around her pockets and pulls out what none other than an actual beet. She says, I can throw a beet at it?
Beat it.
No, 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 no. She quickly takes a bite and stuffs the entire beet back in her pocket. No, and reaches in her other pocket and pulls out a small satchel. And pulls out about a handful of blueberries. Can't waste a beet, she says, in between
Ah, good
bites.
point. So
She,
try one little blueberry.
she kind of flecks a blueberry into this small little puddle. It just splishes and splashes. And just a blueberry in a puddle.
Okay then. So
That's
it's just a puddle.
That's boring. She takes the rest of her handful, just chucks it at it. Now splatter. The water kind of splats up against the wall and a little bit farther, like a puddle would.
Mm-hmm.
Florentine says, "Okay, Mr. Map Holder, what looks like a point of interest?" At which point, this walking mirror also turns in your direction.
Well, I want to try and figure out how to get through that door with the glyph over it, as it seems to lead, to a much larger room, if this map is to be believed.
Rothwell will kind of skip over and try this wood door. I think it's locked. Okay, Rogue,
Mm.
go for it.
Alright. I walk over and examine, is there a lock or anything?
It is a fairly, I wouldn't say new, but it looks like a sturdy lock. But nothing complicated, nothing you probably haven't seen before.
I'm gonna go into my random bits and pull out an actual lockpick instead of scraps of metal.
Alright, roll to see if you can pick this lock. Just gotta beat a 10.
11.
Good enough. You effortlessly click this lock open, the door is unlocked.
Alright. We push on through.
Alright. I'm gonna move you first.
Go for it.
Don't panic.
Ah!
Everyone instantly walks in and is struck with this just complete awe, as everyone is absolutely delighted to see this entire room, which the map does true, hold nothing but hordes of treasure. Rothwell
Joyous day.
seems absolutely giddy. I have never seen so much in one place. There is treasure galore. At this point, everyone will kind of run over and just start looking about the pile. The rest of the room seems empty. There's a small door to the south, and looks like some sort of alcove or archway up above. Alright, at this point, I will begin to read off what everyone sees. Scathe, you get first pick, so take as you please. I wouldn't say
Alrighty then.
I wouldn't say have a pen and paper ready, but there's a lot here.
Well, then I am at least going to need...
I need a notepad as well. These guys are greedy for treasure.
Alright, well then I will be right back as I scrounge up a pen and pad and paper.
Alright, I will prepare mine
It'll
as well.
more, just a little bit less than a couple seconds.
Okay.
Go figure, I stood up and I wound up stepping on one.
Huh.
Pad and pen. Okay.
Alright. Either say yay or nay, because if you don't take it instinctively, one of the other people may take it. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready to start looking through this glorious treasure pile as you begin to kind of gain your senses and really take account and catalog everything?
Ready, willing, and able.
There is a bolt, as in an arrow, of silver cloth.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Alright, you will write down what you take. Tell me if you do. Brass candlesticks. 2 large brass candlesticks.
No.
Rothwell will take. A brass necklace that is inlaid with fine steel.
No.
Alright, Florentine will actually take that as well. A carved ivory drinking horn.
Yes.
A carved wooden scroll case.
No.
Florentine will give it a look over and toss it about like it's not good enough. A copper orrery inlaid with electrum. Do you know what an orrery is?
Sounds familiar, not quite sure.
Those little planetarium projects you did as a kid.
Ah.
It's like one of
Okay.
those.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. A dragon scale talisman that's set with bronze.
Yes.
Okay. There's an electrum cloth gown.
Nay.
Florentine will actually kind of stuff that in her pocket really quickly. A gilded wooden mask. Does not appear to be of anything particular.
No.
A glass eye.
Yes.
An iron miniature of a castle.
No.
Rothwell will look it over, say it is cute, and pocket it. A leather talisman.
No.
A sapphire scroll case.
Yes.
An ornate silver small hand mirror set with freshwater pearls.
Yes.
Florentine will actually haggle that with you. Will you give it up willingly, or just tell her to look around for more?
I will give it up willingly.
Okay. A platinum crown.
What type of crown?
It appears to be of a royal-esque crown, what they expected of a crown. No defining symbols or anything. Just pretty much a standard crown. No jewels encrusted, but just straight up platinum.
Circlet style or thick banded?
Simple. Just simple.
Simple. Okay. I'll pass then.
Right. A platinum pendant that's also set with rose quartz.
Yes.
A porcelain vase covered with knotwork etchings.
Yeah, why not?
A rosewood comb that is inlaid with bronze.
No.
A silver cloth cloak that's set with red garnet trim.
Yes.
A tooled leather ribbon that's set with obsidian.
Yes.
Alright. A
Could you repeat
tooled...
that? Could you
Go
repeat
ahead.
what it was called again?
It's a leather ribbon that's set with obsidian.
Okay.
A tooled leather talisman that's set with blue quartz.
No.
Rothwell will take this. And a rod of cancellation. It is a small magic
Yes.
wand.
Yes.
Alright, that appears to be everything of noteworthy. Everything else seems to be repeating and just common gems and such like. Everyone but Saber takes their fill. Saber seems to be more content with this mirror she has in her hands. She doesn't appear to be eager to start scratching up all this treasure.
Brilliant haul.
Alright, as everyone finishes kind of stuffing their pockets, Florentine kind of brushes herself off for a moment and goes, "Okay, now that we're rich, just come on, can't do this all day. I feel like we're stealing."
Yeah, as much as I would like to continue picking through these, we do have a mission to get to.
Florentine will tell you there's an archway and a hallway up here. And, this point. Rothwell sees there's a door down here. Says it's another locked wooden door.
Let's try the locked wooden door.
Alright.
Pull out my lockpick again, and I give it take a crack at it.
Okay.
19.
Easily, you open this door. No problem.
All right.
You open the door, and it gets about halfway before it actually hits something on the other side. You manage to kind of... You believe you're able to kind of peek around, but you don't believe you can actually fit through the space that this door is allowing you to open, but you can kind of peek around to see maybe what's blocking it.
Yeah, definitely.
You open and you can immediately see it's a short hallway, probably not even 10 feet long, and you're immediately met with a portcullis that seems to be blocking the entrance to another room. But the door is stuck itself on what looks like a toppled statue, kind of fallen in the middle of this small hallway.
Okay. So I just close the door and let everyone know a statue is in the way. We can't get past here.
Right. You also took notice it was a wooden portcullis.
Okay.
At which point Florentine will kind of rush over to this side and take a gander down the hallway.
I join her.
And before too long, basically, you look at the map and realize that this wraps right around. It doesn't go anywhere. It will lead you back into the room you were just in with the hieroglyphics of the two figures. So
All
Florentine
right.
says, "I guess we gotta move the statue." Rothwell gives it her best, and she can't even fit through this small little opening here. Says, maybe we can take the door off the hinges? Florentine...
Honestly, I think it might be in our better interest to backtrack to the previous room.
Florentine will actually ask you why.
We don't want to exhaust ourselves ripping a door off a hinge in case we run into anybody unsavory.
She says, well, why don't we just mage hand this? We just move this out of the way.
Alright, let's give that a shot then.
Skaith, I forget, do you actually know mage hand?
Yes, I just recently learned it.
Alright, do you want to try, or would you like to let Florentine try?
I want to give it a shot, as this is my first time actually using Mage Hand. I need the actual field experience.
Okay, roll it.
3. I can barely get a mage pinky.
Alright, as soon as you cast this magic, basically your mage hand turns into a blinding light that pretty much blinds everyone like a flashbang. You open your eyes, and you are not in that hallway anymore. You are somewhere else. Florentine says, I knew it! And just shouts out as you guys can't even see anything yet. You're still absolutely in the dark. You just hear her say,
But
I
you knew
knew
what?
it! I knew it!
You knew what? That I'm dreadful at magic?
She says, no, this place is so damn full of magic you can't use anything without it going wonky. It's teleportation, she shouts out.
Great.
As all of you kind of manage to regain your vision after practically that flashbang of what you assume might be teleportation, you are now, you might have to zoom out,
I have zoomed out as fully as I can.
all of you are now over here in a large room that is practically empty. Give me one moment. I actually have to somewhat cheat right here because I forget what room this is. It's number 1. Alright.
You're the DM. You're allowed to cheat.
Yes. Uh, in this room, it is a very large room, similar to the one with the 2 hieroglyphics. Instantly behind you, there only appears to be one doorway. It is it appears to be a wooden door behind you, just as much as the rest of them. But there's a large statue in the center of the room that looks to be of another hooded figure, but it is completely made out of the same masonry as the floor, not of any metal as the 2 previous.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to have some sort of inscription written at the bottom, like a plaque of some kind. But more noticeably, on the walls, there is, on the east wall, behind you, on the same wall with the door, pretty much like right over here, is a
Mm-hmm.
large woven tapestry that appears to be practically burned to cinders, like most of it's caught in a fire. And on the opposing wall is a very expansive hieroglyphic similar to the style you saw of the 2 hooded figures. But in this one, it is a very large circular hieroglyph, a mural is the word I would use better, of what looks like a pristine female figure with a silver crown that is holding in each arm a swaddled child. One child is a bronze and one child is a brass. Rothwell will kind of skip over and goes, look, they had a mother!
Actually, that's very perceptive of you, Rothwell, because I think that's exactly what this is.
She's very pretty, she will comment. Florentine will kind of look over this statue. Sable will kind of tuck the mirror under her arm and try to figure the rest of this out. Bad juju. It's not good for this place. Florentine says, okay, so magic's not going to be too helpful here, but at least we know it's not going to kill us.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just taking notes here about the story of this place, so I can keep track of everything. I'm not the most. I gotta write things down.
No problem. Florentine will show it over to you. Says, this plaque here says this statue will answer questions.
All right. Let's try and be direct. Which direction do we need to go in order to return the bird? I probably look exceptionally stupid talking to a statue.
Everything's quiet, and everyone kind of looks at you, back at the statue, and back at you, kind of like, you know, it's not really doing anything. For it gets extremely awkward. A small little rumbling appears on, kind of, you feel it, everyone feels it through their feet, as this statue's eyes glow as a resonant voice that sounds ancient, matching the statue itself, kind of calls out, the birds are everywhere. But what bird are you talking about? Rothwell says, okay, great. She says, the magic bird, this one here.
This. I pull out the stone statue.
The statue's eyes will glow again as that ancient voice once again comes up. You really are a fool, aren't you? Florentine just gives a look like, well, statue's got a attitude, I suppose.
I
Okay,
would hope that it would have a stiff upper lip instead it just has a lip in general.
Florentine will kind of put a hand over you, kind of to push you back to get in front of the statue and ask it directly. How do we... What's... She seems lost for words at the moment. Rothwell will say, oh, give me the map, give me the map! And hold her hands out, grabby, grabby, grabby for the map.
I hand her the map.
She holds the map up in front of the statue like this thing is nearsighted, like straight up in front of its face. She says, which room does the bird go to? The statue takes another moment and it responds, no birds belong in here. All of you are fools. She shoves the map back in your hand and says, okay, this guy's useless. I don't like him. And storm over to this door. Rothwell
Oh, okay.
says, okay, it's answering questions, not the way I want.
Well, that's just the way things go. So obviously, this bird statue does not belong in this temple. We are idiots, and we are now trapped. I am an idiot. You guys aren't.
Florentine says, but it has to. We've got a confirmation letter from this one here. They've lost it by now, but it wouldn't be that... It wouldn't be a red herring.
Yeah, but I did mention that the note didn't directly say that the statue belonged here. It just said the statue needs to be returned, so it'll be useless to the cultists.
I would pretty much be sure it'd be implied here, or else this would be an entire waste of my time, she says.
Not necessarily. You got a lot of treasure out of it.
Rothwell says, well, you don't always get your way, and you know how it goes. Florentine just immediately shoots her a very upsetting look. Rothwell will go back to this door. It is another locked door. She will try her best at this one.
Alright.
And it says a 19. She easily jimmies this lock open.
You're good, Rothwell. I like you.
And I will also roll for her a 17. Alright, Skate, since you are there and Saber is there, both of you roll reflex.
Oh no. 8.
Alright, and she rolled a 9. Both of you take only 5 damage as you're hit with about 2 darts apiece, as this door obviously now shows a little alcove hidden in the hinges that has fired out a small little fuselage of darts.
Alright. I need to zoom in again. Let me zoom in. God bless it. There we go.
Rothwell will now announce that, okay, it's a dungeon, we got traps.
Yep. And he said 5 points. That gives me 95 out of 100.
Rothwell does her best to stealthily make it down this hallway. More of these weird glyphs appear as expected, but it appears the darts were confined to the door.
I pulled the darts out of wherever they landed.
They just appear to be darts, nothing poisonous or anything of interest. Rothwell will take lead and go down the hallway and tell you we have choices.
I follow her swiftly.
Florentine will do her best to make sure the orc is behind her. Rothwell will say, "What's the map say?"
Alright, well, the map she says we have obviously two choices. We can take this first route here, which will... Gotta zoom in on it, hold on. Okay, now I'm pulling it up on the big computer instead. I'm trying to do it off my phone. It's not working.